All right, Aquarius, welcome in. This is for you, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in Aquarius. That is what I'm looking for today. Let's see what messages want to come through for mid May 2024. Hope all is well. Feel free to swap around the characters if there are characters. Sometimes there are, sometimes there aren't. And just take what resonates, leave what doesn't. These are general readings, my darling. So just take what resonates for you. All right, underneath, chaos and conflict. Time for a nap. Yeah. A leg up. And to the sea. Now, those two, boy, you have been through something. Come on back here. You have been through something, my darling. Chaos and conflict. This can have been like a relationship for many years that has just been like a constant thing, constant low buzz of lack of trust or lack of camaraderie or lack of togetherness or something like that. You could also just be in a really peaceful state regardless of what is going on around you. Like you're not touched by it, right? I feel like you're focusing on helping other people, which is wonderful. That's beautiful, Aquarius. That's very Aquarian to be concerned about the collective and working on solving problems and things of that nature. I just get the feeling that you're focused on your work, and other than that, you're just keeping separate from whatever drama is going on. There's drama going on around you, and you're like, you know what? Not my circus, not my monkeys, right? Not getting involved, nope, not doing it. Okay. So that feels to me like a coping mechanism, but sometimes we call coping mechanisms things that we learn to do in childhood that we don't unlearn as adults when we have, more attuned emotions or faculties around problem solving or something like that. Some of you could just be like, I just don't do anything. Not making a choice is also a choice. Choosing to not talk to somebody or choosing to just step back from a situation is a choice. And for many of you, it is a choice for peace. So I can understand with that chaos and conflict going on. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm sorry if there's construction noise going on around me. Nothing I can do about it. All right, 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords, 3 of Cups, the Fool. Oh, love this. High Priestess, very spiritual. Justice and the Moon. This is very internal, and I feel like you walking in a new direction. I feel like you understand yourself better now or something. There's a new group of friends or a new situation that is much more peaceful. You might be walking toward a spiritual partner. Okay, I see this. And it does feel like that Sagittarian full moon plays a role because Sagittarius is about truth, and there might be, truth, justice, an American way. There might be something about, okay, there might be something about things becoming even. Things becoming even, or things balancing out, or if you have been indebted to someone or feel indebted to someone, then they become indebted to you or something like that. Like things just balance out so you can feel free to close the door or walk away from it or walk towards something that is more balanced. If you're in a situation that is constant drama, I just feel like you're like, no, going to the sea. I'm going to take a nap. I'm not dealing with this. And for better, for worse, I mean, sometimes dealing with something face on, head on is going to give you lessons or give you skill set or something like that. This may be something that your intuition is telling you to staying away from this drama. Yes, Suri. Ace of Swords, the World. Wow. 6 of Wands. I don't know why I'm laying it out like this. This is different than the other ones. Look at this. Ace of Cups. I'll take you through it. Don't worry. Star. There's your card. 6 of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, 3 of the 4 aces, Queen of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, Empress. Outcome is the 4 of Wands. I feel like you are going to be speaking some kind of truth to this situation. Okay, meaning it's almost like you got one shot at it. One, you know how every once in a while, this doesn't happen to me very often, but every once in a while, if I'm doing some projects around the house or whatever that require a hammer and nails, again, I don't do this very often. It's like I'll hit it with it'll be just perfectly placed. I'll hit it with the hammer and bam, it just goes in one fell swoop, in one shot. Usually it's those little nails, but like, it's just like I hit the nail right on the head. That's what that means. You hit the nail right on the head. That's what this Ace of Swords makes me feel like. You hit it right on the head. There's one and done. I'm going to say my truth and that's it. It might be that you have been, feeling manipulated, feeling tossed around by a situation, and then you're just getting it now. You're just getting it's like illuminated. You're seeing it so clearly. You're like, I'm out. I talk about this a lot on the channel that usually breakups or any kind of big change isn't that one and done kind of thing, right? Like a lot of things are leading up to it. In the recent past, I feel like you made some investment somewhere else, or you started something new. And this is a person you're going toward on your spiritual path. This is a calling. Some of you have a calling. And the people in your life, the lesson is over. The lesson is over. And, in my astrology group today, I'm talking about that, past life connections with people, North Node and South Node, how that kind of shows up in our lives. Sometimes if you have personal planets connected to another person's North Node, you're here to help them solve problems, or you're here to help them learn something. Their soul's growth is part of your job on this planet. And you might be going away from, sometimes past life contracts, karma floods into this life. And when we learn the lesson, the relationship dissolves. All right. We learn the lesson and it goes away. And talk to me about the lesson. Now, I'm going to use this. This is a brand new deck too. These oracle decks that are like, what's going on underneath, or what's the vibe? This is kind of stiff. So we'll try to do my best here. But let me get a sense of what's going on behind the scenes, because I really see you moving forward into new partnership with somebody from your past. This could be you going toward your divine partner. You could be with a karmic right now. You could be in a situation that requires you to say some kind of truth that is kind of scaring you. Like you might feel manipulated, or you might feel like the other people are going to be, who knows what you're feeling, that they are going to come after you, or it's like you just have this one truth to say, and that's it. And it's sort of like the shift, and this can be the other way, that there has been difficulties in your past, and you might be with someone new right now that you're wanting to invest with. You're wanting to invest with them. You're wanting to be part of their life. And you say something, or you're emanating this truth. Okay, you're emanating this, I'm not dealing with this bullshit anymore. I'm not dealing with a relationship that's like this anymore. Not doing it. So you speak some kind of truth about that. And it may feel like it is ending the conflict here in you. Like you're no longer going to invite that conflict. I feel like some of you get manipulated, or you let people twist things around or whatever. And you might have some kind of third house or some kind of Gemini suffocation. If you have Saturn in Gemini, or if you have Chiron in Gemini, or third house, even eighth house, you might be somebody who struggles to speak. in terms of what your needs are, because Aquarius, you're very much about the big picture. And it's like, you might have said to yourself, well, it's going to help nothing to say this, but it is. It is. It's going to help you. That matters. You may think that, oh, well, if I speak up, everybody's going to, give me a lot of shit. But I got to tell you, if you speak up, that goes away. If you say what you need to say what you need to say. Okay. So what is the vibe here? Nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, giving back. I love this. Two-faced, double life, cheater, backstabber. Do you have a double life here? Cutting ties, freedom, standing up, standing up. All right. Awaken. Anything on the bottom here? Suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Suffering in silence. That's what I'm talking about. No more suffering in silence. No more letting yourself getting twisted around. You might be feeling nurtured by a friend, by some of the Three of Cups here, by a spiritual connection. You may feel very nurtured by this. And it's like, that's what's showing you like, oh, wow, I can't stay in this other thing. I'm going toward this. I hit the nail on the head. I say it, and then I'm free. The Fool and the World card in a reading is a big deal. I'm free to go in the direction of my true feelings. Moon. All right. And like I said, the full moon in Sagittarius may be relevant to this. So some of you are cutting ties with a person, but maybe a person who has cheated on you, or is somebody who isn't. There's third party around this, but it does feel a little bit like two-faced is more apropos. Like there's a lot going on with you and two people. You might be deciding between two people or making some kind of judgment. The Justice card here, some kind of decision, right? So the vibe there, woo, you have had this before. You have dealt with two-faced people before. You've dealt with people who have stabbed you in the back before. It's like, never doing that again. So there's this cold energy of, I've healed my ability to speak my truth. And that is going to make all the difference. That is a new timeline. So you're not just going to hide away or not say anything or not stand up, suffering in silence. You're not going to do that anymore. You're going to stand up to be counted, as my father used to say, who was an Aquarius, by the way, and stand up and say, no, this is what I want. And then everything starts moving. The universe is bringing in a new opportunity. Could be a business opportunity, could be some kind of partnership. But I got to tell you, this Four of Wands makes me feel like you're actually physically moving. So with this Eight of Cups, physically moving away from a situation and going toward one that's better for you. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Death, and the Two of Wands. So this is a decision that is nurturing to you. Maybe you haven't done that in the past. Maybe you haven't ever made decisions that end things because of your needs. Maybe you're always just like, well, you know what? This person needs me, or this person has been, intermittently good to me, or there's some kind of guilt or shame that's tying you into this past. This can just be a pattern. It doesn't have to, maybe you're not in a relationship at all. This can just be a pattern that like, well, I kind of white knuckle it, like through things that aren't really good or nurturing, or, it's like, when I decided to get a divorce, and I don't mean that you're breaking up some kind of relationship. This can just be the awareness of what you do want, the positive, right? But I remember being in a situation that was just dead to me. It was dead. There was nothing, right? This Death card. There was nothing left to do but move away from it. And I was like, I remember saying to myself, looking at the clock, it was like 9:14. And I was already up in bed. I had watched a couple innings of the Red Sox game. My husband was downstairs with his buddy who came over every single night to watch the Red Sox, which was fine with me because then I just went upstairs. And I said, it was like approaching our 10th anniversary. I was like, yeah, I could do this for the rest of my life. And the other part of my brain went, are you out of your fucking mind? And so that was my first, maybe that was my intuition, looking back on it now. And it was like some kind of truth like that just cuts through the BS. Some kind of truth just cuts through the BS and you say, done. It's I am going in the direction that is good for me. 6 of Wands. This is anchored in healing or being healed of that. I don't talk, I don't speak up. I just kind of, grit my teeth and I'm going to be in, this is not good for me. This is miserable for me. Like a job. This is miserable for me. This isn't growing me. This isn't helping me. None of the boxes are checked, but I don't know what else to do. So I'm just going to stay in this. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. Are you talking to me? I'm talking to you. So there's a lovely sense here of seeing the truth with this 3 of Pentacles, a lovely sense of stepping into your power. This is feminine power. This is that energy of receiving. I want to receive. I don't want to just be, in a situation that doesn't give me any pleasure or doesn't help me or when you determine that there's nothing left for you, that's when this is going to happen. That moment at 9:14 when I looked at the clock and I said, I could do this for the rest of my life. And my intuition said, are you out of your fucking mind? So let's go deeper into this. I want to get a sense of where you're going. And I also want to get a sense of what's going on behind the scenes. You got 3 of the 4 aces here. So that means the Ace of Wands is kind of hovering over this reading. That's a new idea. That's a spark. So I'll go deeper into that. There's a link below, Aquarius, if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.